Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the performance of the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku in the red zone versus Zamasu, in the red zone versus Cell Max, in the red zone versus Metal Cooler, red zone versus Broly, and the red zone versus Kid Buu. Now, honestly speaking, just straight up, Goku does pretty good in a lot of them. Goku, as you guys should know, starts with a very high damage reduction, like very high damage reduction, and this is something that's incredibly good and very powerful. The issue he is going to have as a unit is that he tends to taper off a little bit defensively. His guard is also restricted to him being in the first slot and requiring a Majin Saga category character. It's not the end of the world. He still has 30% damage reduction, which is really good. So, yeah, well, I say really good. It's really good after his defense kicks in off of his super. He has a really insane, nullification ability as well, which is super duper helpful. And he does good damage. So it's not like he's, not good. He's definitely really good. It's just that he does have a tiny bit of drop off, later on. Now for red zones like Zamasu, Metal Cooler, Cell Max, this is not such a big deal. These are shorter red zones. Goku himself doesn't tend to have any major problems with these red zones. He tends to do quite fine. Where he struggles a little bit, or where he's shown to struggle, is if fights take longer. So a great example is like the Broly fight. He can actually take a little bit of damage from the last phase, but not so much because Broly's being outscaled a little bit. But this is more evident in some of the Majin Buu red zones. So a great example is the transforming Buu. The transforming Majin Buu, the multiple stage fight, that one's very hard for him because you're talking 5 or 6 phases, each being 2 or 3 turns, each running you up a little bit in terms of the turn length. Goku himself then loses a little bit of that tankiness that he has early on, starts to feel a little bit pressed. But the big one is Kid Buu. So Kid Buu is probably the biggest kind of catch-22 situation for Goku. If you use a Chilai item, Goku can actually incinerate the strength phase, the first phase of Kid Buu, so quickly that you never get to the end phase. So technically, Goku, even a friend Goku, is almost a immediate cheat code to beating the Kid Buu red zone. At the same time, if you don't win, so if you don't immediately defeat him with the Chilais, or pretty much bring him to the point where you win during that strength phase, then he immediately becomes the worst unit to have in that red zone because he can't damage into Kid Buu. Into Kid Buu nullifies unarmed supers. Goku's attacks are unarmed supers. So Goku just basically can't damage him. And because Goku has the ability to fire multiple super attacks, because of how he's built, right? He has a great chance to launch a super attack. He has another chance to launch a super attack as a second or third attacker. You build him with additional. So he's a guy that can fire 3 or 4 attacks in a turn. Usually this is not a problem. However, against Kid Buu, it's a massive issue because every attack he's firing is being nullified. Every attack he does is boosting Kid Buu by 5%. Now defensively, Goku's not terrible. Like in the first slot, he's still a good tank for the first initial turns of that fight. He can even be a decent, third slot floating kind of tank, just not against supers. But it's the fact that he's not providing any damage. That's the real big kind of issue in terms of, his overall performance. Outside of Kid Buu, though, I will say Goku's pretty much a dominant force. in all of them, and I say outside of Kid Buu, but like I said, you can actually just beat Kid Buu with just Goku and 2 Chila items. So it's not like he's terrible against Kid Buu. It's just that Kid Buu's, both sides of one coin. You either win in the first 2 minutes or you lose if you run Goku. That's just how it is. It's still fine. That's a fine way to play the game. Just build it or run it in a way where you can get, that good level of performance from him. His best linking partner right now is the Super Easy Aid, Goku SS3. I think this is more than fine. That guy looks like he's aging very well. I say that, but he's very recent. But still, he looks like he's running really nicely. He's working quite well. He's functioning as a good unit. I think his Easy A, his Super Easy A is working well. Everything about him is working well. So I think for me, there's definitely good scope for him there. I think he's looking very good there. Aside from that, Goku, I think as long as content stays relatively short, the 9th year content, look, I think Goku will still be okay. I don't think he'll be terrible. I think he'll still be okay. But there is obviously, you do have to factor in that those are longer form events, more akin to Buu than to Zamasu and things like that. So you do have to just wonder if he might have a little bit of a drop off. Offense wise, Goku is really, really strong, especially in that second slot. For me, I do really like him. I think he's excellent in a lot of hard content, like a lot. And he's just good. He's just really good. There's not a lot that you have to really say about him because he's a very simple unit to use. Does a very high level of performance and generally speaking isn't a problem. So for me, I'm just quite happy with his overall performance. So yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. It's always appreciated. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. So yeah, till then, as you can see against Kid Buu, a bit of a problem in the interface. If you want to see how he does in the strength phase, you can watch my video on Power Beyond Super Saiyan or Sworn Enemies, because we use him as a friend to just decimate them anyway. But yeah, that's basically going to be it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.